Hi everybody, today I'm doing a little vlog because later in the day we're going to check out some food trucks, which I'm really excited about, but here I'm just waking up and in desperate need of eye drops. And yes, this is real life. When I wake up, look a little rough. So I had already got my outfit ready for the day the night before. Super simple, just a really light, flowery, summery dress, and I picked out my purse and everything, so I got those ready so I wouldn't have to worry about it. Put my hair back in a little braid and then actually put on just a little bit of makeup. Really just some mascara because I figured everything else would melt off my face because it was gonna be so hot and sunny out. So yep, just a little mascara, and then I'm sure I put on a little lip balm, and I called it a day for makeup. The mascara I use the most right now is Buxom. It's really nice. I think it does a nice job on my lashes. And then for my lip gloss, I chose this whatever shade, honestly I don't even know, from Sephora. And then for perfume, I did a little body spray today. It's Pink Palm. I found this at Target. I think it smells really, really good. They also have a perfume version of it that I'd like to possibly get one day. So here's my dress on. I think it's just from like the sale rack at Target, but I don't know, it's pretty cute and summery, and I'm not wearing it with these little socks. Those are just for around the house. So yep, that's my dress. And then here's my cat. He wanted to be included on camera. I think he thinks he's a star. So you could tell he's got something to say to me, but he's just too cute. I can't ignore him, so I gotta share him. So the food truck festival we're going to is the Naperville Food Truck Festival. I think it's only the second year running, and we had not been last year. We didn't go for the very first time they held it. So it's the second year, our first time visiting, and it just kind of sounded fun. I mean, a nice selection of food trucks on a nice hot summer day. Sign me up. So the very first one that we started at was this donut food truck, and it was just mostly little mini donuts like cinnamon sugar. They were hot and fresh, like they just make them fresh for you in the truck, and they were so delicious and good. I know it was hot out, but I did not mind eating hot food from the food trucks just because everything was so good. So these were a great way to start because I hadn't had breakfast, so I thought donuts to start. And then we went over to this food truck called the Grumpy Gaucho, and we each tried an empanada. I tried a beef empanada, my husband tried a chicken pesto empanada. They were so hot and, more importantly, so delicious. They were so good. We would definitely go to this food truck again if they came back to the Naperville Food Truck Festival next year. Absolutely delicious. Loved it. I would love to learn how to make those myself, but I really don't think I can. This whole event was held at Naperville Settlement, so there was a nice amount of space. They got a lot of land there and some historical buildings as well. They often hold big events like this at Naperville Settlement, so it was nice because there's plenty of room to walk around and have your space from other people, and also to like have a little picnic and sit down and stuff. So then we walked over to the Kona Ice Trucks. I'd never had this before. It's like snow cones, I guess. It's just ice, and then you pour your flavors on top, whatever mix of little syrupy flavors that you'd like. It was messy, but it was really good. I was pleasantly surprised by these. So it gets everywhere. It just falls off the ice and right onto you. So that was a little bit of a downside. And I know that it might look like I'm putting a ton of flavor, like too sweet and syrupy and sticky and stuff, but surprisingly it wasn't. It's not that sticky and syrupy, and I found that we really did need a lot of flavor for the ice. So we definitely had a little bit of soupy flavor floating around at the bottom, but overall these were really good and especially really refreshing. And I would love to have a party or something at my house where I could have these cute little Kona Ice Trucks just pull up. It was a lot of fun. My husband was especially looking forward to this food truck. It was called Mommalicious, and they make jerk and curry cuisine, it says, but he was really looking forward to the jerk chicken. He absolutely loved it. It's too spicy for me, but he really enjoyed it, and that would be the one truck. He said if he had to pick like one truck all day to eat at, that would have been the one. He would have just eaten all the jerk food that she could have possibly made because he loves that. And it really did smell delicious, and I tried some. It did taste really good, but again, just too spicy for me because I'm a wimp. So at this point we were getting a little full and it was getting kind of crowded, so to get away from some of the crowds and get some more walking in, we actually left the food truck festival, but we were still really close by, so we went and walked up and down a little bit of the Naperville River Walk, which is just a nice, like, naturey little area. You can see there's a little river here. It's just a nice pathway. We've been meaning to go all summer to walk most or all of it. We have yet to do that, so hopefully before summer's up we will. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of get away from the crowds a little bit and take a break from our snacking. So it was a nice walk. We found this quarry pond area where they rent paddle boats, and you can see that there's plenty of people out there paddle boating, but then they also did have like these paddle board things that they could rent. So some people were out there, they were enjoying themselves. We didn't rent a boat or anything, but there were some benches here, so we decided to just sit and enjoy the shade and watch the folks paddle boating, and it was just a nice little time. Now, I am by no means fashiony, but this is my outfit for the day. I thought it all ended up looking kind of cute, but yeah, again, I'm not a fashion person. There was a guy walking by with a really cool little bird on his shoulder. I don't know what kind, but the bird was very well behaved and just went for a walk with his owner, and I thought that was adorable. Something that's really cool about the Naperville River Walk are these bridges that they have that go over the water, and they look like, I don't know, just like old-fashioned kind of country covered bridges. They also look like something out of like Sleepy Hollow, kind of. I don't know, maybe I'm silly for thinking that, but I just think they're really fun bridges, and I love walking over them and taking pictures because they're just, I don't know, they're just kind of different and pretty. We also walked by this red sculpture. I do have video here coming up of the sign to say what it is. It's called Landforms, and like who it was commissioned by, who it was made by and stuff. And this sculpture is from 1984. I think it's pretty cool. Then we went back into the food truck festival because your ticket can get you, back in like for the whole day basically. So I was warm again, of course. So I wanted some more Kona Ice, and we got one of the same flavors and like a different flavor. Again, it was really good. It's really refreshing. And we stood in line for our dinner at this grilled cheese food truck called Cheesy's because we liked the sound of the grilled cheeses that they had, and my husband and I each wanted to try a different one. I tried one called the Frenchie, which had French fries on it, and as much as I love French fries, that does sound a little bit strange to me, having them on a sandwich, but I thought I'd give it a try, and I'm really glad I did because it was good. And then my husband got one called the Caprese, and he also really enjoyed that. I tried his too, and I liked his as well as mine. These were so good. Everything was hot and melty. The cheese is all melty, and they toasted and buttered the bread really well. It was just really tasty, and it was a really nice dinner and way to end our afternoon at the food truck festival. Then we headed home, and at this point I was absolutely exhausted from the heat and from walking and from all the food, so I got home seriously ready to fall asleep, and it was not even bedtime. I was out of it. You can tell I was just completely exhausted and ready to fall asleep at any second. So I hung out on the couch. I watched a little bit of the Olympics. This was back from when the Olympics was still on. That's how long it's taken me to get this video ready. I also tried one of these sparkling ice drinks in the strawberry lemonade flavor, and I hadn't tried one before, but I thought it was pretty good. I'm not thrilled with some of the sweetener in it though, so I wouldn't have it all the time, but it was a nice little treat. So while I was hanging out watching the Olympics, just on the couch, I also played my favorite iPad game, which is Disney Collect by Topps. And then after a little while, I had one of these Chloe's popsicles. I know I said it was full, but apparently I could fit in a popsicle, and those are really good, those Chloe's popsicles, and they were nice and cool. So that was basically it for my day and for my evening. I just hung out the rest of the time and relaxed and hung out with the cat, as you can see. I got down on the floor to play with him and to cuddle with him and to give him kisses. We do that like every day because I'm obsessed with him. And yeah, that's really it. Thanks for tagging along with me today. I hope you enjoyed seeing the Food Truck Festival. Talk to you later. Bye.